All right, everybody, we have one of our most amazing locticians here at PureO. We got Olivia J. Styles and Luscious Locks by Kay coming up here and showing us every single secret there is to know about achieving beautiful locks, retwist, and style using PureO natural products. Olivia, tell us what we got going on today.
So today I'm going to be doing a 2-strand twist style. I tweaked it a little bit with putting petals on the bottom of it, and I use our Honey Lock cream and our Loc Twist Gel to achieve this style. Some of the things that I love about these products are its moisturizing properties and its flexibility when it comes to hold. For our Loc Twist Gel, it is an aloe-based product, so it's very hydrating. It also has mura butter, which is a moisturizing aspect of this product. And it has olive oil, which creates a nice shine.
Sounds like a bunch of juices and berries for me, right? So what is the importance of making sure that scalp is hydrated and well balanced, but trying to keep and maintain a fashionable style?
I'll say the importance of keeping the scalp hydrated. One is definitely to protect the health of the scalp, protecting it from disease and injury, but also to help keep your hair growing in the anagen stage instead of increasing the shedding process. So keeping it moisturized protects it from breakage, keeps it free from disease, and just keeps it healthy.
Amazing. So is it fair to say healthy scalp means healthy hair?
Absolutely.
Yes, awesome. Okay, Miss Luscious Locks, go ahead. Tell us what you got going on today.
All right, so today I'm doing a half up, half down style. So the back half is already 2-strand twisted. The front part, I'm going to barrel and do a petal crown across the top. And today I'm using our Neatbraid Gel. This is very similar to our Loc Twist Gel. It's more water-based though. So that's the main difference between the two. With your Loc Twist Gel, it's going to give you a little bit firmer of a hold versus the Neatbraid. I personally kind of just go based off of your client's hair type. If you have more of like a coarser hair type or something that just needs a little more emphasis on laying it down, I will go with the Loc Twist Gel. Otherwise, I feel like your Neatbraid Gel is the way to go. I'm also spraying her hair with our Vitamin Detangle Spray just to give it a little moisture. But it has lactic acid and sea kelp and aloe vera in it. So it's very good for just reducing your dandruff and also just overall just giving you that moisture back in. And I'm going to end up using our mousse and our oil at the end.
Amazing. So all I heard was a beautiful holistic hair care. I heard some ingredients that have medicinal properties that help with aging scalp, right? Thinning hair, dehydrated scalp,
yes,
and also ingredients that help the hair grow.
Yes.
So I love the fact that we're still able to cater to the beautiful style of these locks, but keeping in mind and maintaining the integrity of the hair. Olivia, I see that you're starting to do a retwist. Can you walk us through that process?
So right now, this is my favorite comb to use. Honestly, it's a barber comb. I like using this comb because it's smaller on one side and the teeth are larger on the other side, so it's better for catching those small hairs. So basically, I'm using a cocktail. I'm using the Loc Twist Gel, and I'm also using our honey cream. I like our honey cream because I think it creates more of a hold, almost like a gel, but with no alcohol. I like the cream that's in it, the mura butter, which gives it the moisturizing properties, and it nourishes the scalp. But then I also like to mix it with the Loc Twist Gel. I feel like that consistency gives me the best results, especially for her hair, which is fine, it's soft. I don't want it to be crunchy or too tight. I want to keep it nice and soft and flexible. If she wanted to do a different style tomorrow, she could.
I understand. So what you're saying is you are combining the Loc Twist Gel for the hold properties, but adding the twisting cream for the hydration and the softening properties, right, in relation to fine hair.
Yes.
Awesome. Kayla, so I see that you're also doing a retwist. Walk us through your thought process.
So for For my retwist, I usually do like a combination of a technique. So I usually start with a comb coil. I usually start with a comb coil at the root, and then I usually do like a lock. It's called locksmithing. So you take these two fingers in between your pointer finger and your thumb, and you're going across. So your thumb is pushing it, and your pointer finger is pulling it through. So you're going in a cylindrical rotation, and then you get all that loose hair up the lock. And then I just do a palm roll just to make sure everything is uniform all the way down.
Sorry.
Okay, so you're twisting at the root, but locksmithing, from what I hear you say, is how we polish the lock in that
all the way
mid
down.
shaft. Amazing. And you use your index finger and your thumb?
Yep, your index finger and your thumb. Going in between, you're going to push your thumb this way, and you're going to pull with your...
So it's a pull-push
Pull,
technique.
push,
Amazing. Olivia, it looks like you cooking up something over there.
Yes, I'm starting the flat twist on the side. I'm giving her something that she'll be able to pin up if she wants or wear it down. I've already finished the retwisting process. So now I'm moving on to the styling, and I'm using literally one line at a time, which is the opposite of a barrack where you would use two lines where it imitates a cornrow, but it's the opposite. I'm actually twisting everything in one direction, and then the last lock, I'm going the opposite way to secure the end of the flat twist.
Will you mind turning the model over so that the audience can see? Because that sounds like such an amazing, intricate process. So we want to be able to look at that. So this is called a flat twist?
This is a flat twist done on locks. And for me, like I said, I feel like it works best when you're twisting them all in the same direction. But that final lock right before you're going to put on the rubber band, you want to secure it going the opposite way. That way it doesn't slip or move, and it actually appears to be a flat twist, because we know with loose hair, a traditional flat twist is done with a comb and it's dragged through. So that's what helps keep it stable. With locks, it doesn't have that same flexibility, so we have to create it.
I see. Do you ladies have any questions here for our educators? No? Okay, Miss Kayla, I see you're doing something amazing as well. Would you mind turning the models towards the audience so that we can see?
This way a little bit. So I'm just doing a barrel. So I'm going to end up doing 4 barrels across before I do her petal crown. All right, so I'm doing a barrel. So there's going to end up being 4 barrels across the top. So 2 on each side. And then I'm going to put a rubber band on the ends and barrel across the crown. So with barreling, I usually you're going to start off with a 2-strand twist at the front, and then you're going to go alternate from side to side. So I usually do right over left first. So the next step would be to go left, cross, and then go right, cross from each one. So I usually also, because you might have some that are inside, I usually work my way inside and then go outside, just so that they aren't overlapping, and it still gives you a clean look with your barrel.
Is there a reason, this question could be for both of you, what helps you determine whether you're going to flat twist or barrel roll? Walk us through the styling.
I'm going to say that when it comes to styling, one, it's up to kind of the client that's in your chair. We're in a time where we use social media. A lot of people do come in with pictures. So they'll come in with the inspiration picture, and then I decide according to density and also how they started their locks. So some people have chunkier locks, some people have smaller locks. With chunkier locks, there are less styles that you can do because there are less locks to play with. The smaller the lock, the more that you can do with the lock. So I think it definitely has to do with density. It has to do with the way that you start your locks. Also, is it interlocked or comb coiled? That makes a difference as well, whether it will be flexible to move, because you don't want anything that's going to cause too much tension during styling.
I love that. And so just to further elaborate on that, what is the difference in an interlock versus a twist for those of us who don't know what that means?
So a comb coil is done with the comb, And it's kind of like the flat twist method like I talked about. So it goes in from the root of the scalp and then you drag it through. That's the same process with the comb twist, except for I'm not dragging it all the way through. I'm only dragging it to a point and then I'm gonna palm roll to finish. When it comes to interlock, I'm literally taking that fro hair and I'm gonna take the end of the lock and I'm gonna bring it through the root using a pattern going clockwise. So some people do 2 points, which means I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna go to the right, that's a 2 point. Some people do 3 point, that means I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna go to the right, I'm gonna come underneath and bring it through. That's a 3 point, and then you have the 4, of course, which is going down, right, up, and then to the left. And some people prefer that. They say that it makes their hair last longer. Now, I think that it's more of a preference because I do have people with traditional locks who interlock. I think that it's best when you have micro locks. The smaller the lock, the less tension when you're going through the interlock. If someone with a thicker lock does the interlocking method, sometimes that creates tension and it will pull or break their hair.
Kayla, what about you?
So as far as with interlocking, to me, like you said, it's probably best for the smaller locks. But I also recommend people getting interlocks if they're very active too. So if you're very active, you sweat a lot, your hair might unravel a lot, I would recommend interlocking because that should at least last you. Even if you are in the pool or you are sweating and it's unraveling, it's not going to unravel at the root. So I definitely kind of look at people's daily life schedule. So I kind of go off that and I'll base off what's your best maintenance for that.
I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
What products do you recommend from the PureO line when you're using, when you're doing like interlocking or like just a retwist? And my other question is, do you put the product on before you do the interlock or afterwards? And which product do you use?
So when I do interlocking, honestly, we use less product because it is a braid, almost knot type of technique. The product can build up on it, but one of the things that you can use is definitely our vitamin detangler. You could also use our natural coil spray, which is very light, hydrating. It's going to help with the tangles and also maintain that frizz. It's going to help smooth it out while you're interlocking. As far as a traditional retwist, I pretty much like the whole lock line. Each one has a different purpose. My favorites, though, I guess, would be the honey cream and the Loc Twist Gel. Now, with that, I will do before and during, depending on if it needs more product. With interlocking, it's always before.
Okay, Kayla, what products do you use?
So again, I personally don't, it's kind of up to your client's discretion as well, because I do have clients that just want interlocks, no product. And then, of course, you have those. I usually use product with people who have thicker locks, just because it gives more of a neat, thicker, yeah. I probably wouldn't use product if you have like micro, small sister locks, anything like that. Just because, again, like she said, it will cause buildup along the way, especially if that's what you do most of the time, if you always interlock. As your maintenance, I definitely would not use it.
I have one more question. So I noticed that PureO has a lot of different products in the line. We got a honey lock, we have a cream, we got the Loc Twist. And so when you're starting for the first time, like doing starter locks, would you start with like a honey lock, or would you do the cream, or would you do Loc Twist?
I would kind of interchange it. So I have definitely used the honey lock. For me, it kind of just depends on which starter locks you're doing too, because you can do 2-strand starter locks, and then you can also do coil starter locks. So with coil starter locks, I usually use the gel all the way down. So you can use the starter lock, honey lock. I usually also use the Neatbraid too sometimes. I don't typically use the lock and braid just because of the stronghold. With starter locks, I kind of want them to kind of be a little lighter. And then, like I said, so with 2 strands, I'll use the gel at the root, just the coil, and then I'll use our mousse to 2-strand all the way down, just so it gives a fluffy 2-strand.
Okay, so for more hold at the root or at the base of the lock, you're using your Loc Twist for the consistency, the hold quality, and then you're using the foam to keep it
Yep.
still
Light and
natural,
fluffy, but
loose,
not-
light, but it still holds in
still
itself,
holds,
right?
yes.
So it helps control it. Amazing. Now I have another question for the both of you. For those clients that don't like to stick to not having products, how do you still maintain the scalp?
So, so a lot of my clients like to do oil retwist. So that's pretty much one way I would go about it. So of course I would still use our detangling spray just to give us some moisture and whatnot. But during our retwist, I usually use oil. So you can use your argan oil just to give a light hold to it.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. So, Olivia, I see that you're doing this beautiful flower. Yeah, it looks like a flower to me at the end. Will you walk us through your step by step as to what it is that you're doing there?
So after I flat twist the hair, I go in with a two-strand twist method. Once I get to the length the desired length, I go in with now a rubber band. I'm gonna wrap that rubber band around once to secure it, just to lock it in before I go into the petals. And I'm using a fold method to create this flower look. We call it petals, but correct, it looks like a flower. And I'm basically just folding each time and then rubber banding until I get to where it's smaller. And the last one, I'm gonna rubber band twice to secure it. And you see how it's kind of bunched up? It's really not giving flower. I'll go back in and start playing with it and kind of plucking it out, feathering it out.
Okay, so you're essentially, after you twist it, you're folding it in half and then securing it with a rubber band.
Yes.
Do you use the same rubber band?
I do. So if it's a thicker lock, I normally use the larger rubber bands. But for most traditional locks, you're able to use the smaller rubber band. If you do run out of rubber band, it's too tight, it's gonna pop, then you could always go in with a second rubber band. But I do like using one.
Kayla, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you have clients that come in and they love the products that you're using on them, but maybe they're not able to come in all the time, what is your greatest recommendation for them? Do you outsource the product for them, or do you send them over to like the website? Like, how can people get the products at home if they can't get to you?
So, the good thing about our products is they are at pretty much all of our hair stores. So I pretty much just kind of send my clients to the hair store and be like, PureO, I send them a picture of what it looks like and what I use and all that stuff, just so they know what to look for, because it can be very overwhelming in the hair store. So, so I usually just send them to our nearest hair store just to get it, because it's all there.
What about you?
Kind of the same thing. I definitely do refer clients to local beauty supply stores to find some of our products. The products that we don't offer in the beauty supply store, I let them know you could go to the PureO Natural website and you can register if you're licensed to get discounts and have a wider variety of products, like some of our shampoos, our follicle system, which is not currently in the beauty supply stores, that you use for people with hair loss or scalp issues. So I refer both between the beauty supply store and our website.
Kayla, what are you doing to her hair? Can you talk us through the style you're doing?
Yes. So I'm working on the last barrel now. So like I told you before, so I kind of two-stranded. I started off with a two-strand, and then I went with this first one to the left, and now I'm just crossing over. So it's basically
And you do like
crisscross
left to
motion.
right?
It's a crisscross motion. So you go from right to left, right to left. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to rubber band the ends. And this is my last one, so I'm going to get into our petals across the top and how I link them in between so that there isn't any dead space in between each petal.
Does anyone have any more questions?
How do you guys combat tension? So like I know that a lot of times lock styles can sometimes like come with tension, or like what is your recommendation for clients wearing the styles long term? Should they only keep them in for a certain amount of weeks? Do you have a product that you could recommend if it is too tight, or do you just ensure that you're using something as you're styling them that day?
Right. So for me, I always communicate with my client regardless. So throughout the whole process, I'm asking, is anything too tight? Is anything here? So I definitely start there. But as far as just upkeep of keeping the style, I usually try to tell my clients I wouldn't stay longer than a month, 3 to 4 weeks, because then it's time to wash your hair anyway. Right? So it's time to take it down. And then I also try to tell my clients, some people are going to want styles every time, but I also try to encourage that you take a break. Get a style now, just get a retwist next time. Then get a style again, then get a retwist this time. Or just switch up the style. Don't get 2 strands all the time. Don't pull your hair up all the time, because that's definitely where you're going to get that tension at too, just pulling your hair up all the time as well. So I think for one, communication at the beginning is very important. And then for 2, just communicating that you want to let your hair breathe. You want to let your hair breathe. It looks nice all retwisted and stuff, but let your hair breathe.
And I agree with her. Communication is definitely the key, because you can prevent tension from communicating. If it's too tight, I always tell my clients, don't be scared to talk to me.
Yes.
You the one who got to wear it.
Right.
When you walk out this door, if your head hurt, you done walked out the door with your head hurt, and instead of telling me while I'm in the process of doing
Right.
it, it's too tight. Can you adjust this? And when you adjust it, then you don't have to worry about the white bumps or the tension. Yep. But some people are naturally tender-headed or have movable scalps. So in those cases, sometimes you can avoid tension. And we have a spray called the Tension Be Gone spray. So that's one thing that you can use to alleviate tension. You can also, like she said, tell them to switch up between styles, because with 2-strand twists, I have my own set pattern. So if I do that set pattern every time, eventually your hair gonna part like the seeds regardless, because I'm doing the same exact parting. I'm pulling it the same exact way. So variation between styles or taking breaks in between is very beneficial.
That was really informational. Do you know what the product retails for?
Most of our product, well, I'm gonna say at the hair show today. Most of our products range between, and this is definitely the best time to get it. It ranges between $10 and $15 for some of our styling products, and we have deals where you could get 3 for a certain price. So definitely 3 for $25 for the 10, and 3 for $40 for the ones that are 15. So make sure that you get it today, because when you go to your local beauty supply stores, they are pricing them at $30 and $40 for a product that you could get here today for $15 or $10. So stock up.
That was good. That was really good. Anything else, Kayla, that you want to add or share, inform people about anything?
I would say, I think that so all of our products are natural. So I feel like you can't go wrong with none of our products. They're made for all our hair types. So regardless if you want braids, twists, protective styles, we have products for silk presses and stuff too. So whatever, we have everything you need. Get our products. You're going to be satisfied. You're going to get that moisture. You're going to get that healthy scalp. You're going to get that no dandruff.
Yes.
But yeah, the key to a healthy lock journey is the healthy scalp. That's where it starts.
Yes.
And can you tell us where you're based? Where you guys based?
I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I sometimes service in South Carolina too, but between the South Carolina and North Carolina area is where I am.
Olivia J.
And I'm located in Clinton, Maryland. I also do New York, and I do pop-ups in Atlanta, Georgia. So come see us. No.
What are your IGs and how do you follow you guys?
My IG is Olivia J Style, no S at the end. And it's pretty much that on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. You can find me.
One more thing as to what I'm doing right here for the petals. So what I was saying, so that there's not, so there's 2 barrels right here. So to kind of close that gap, I usually get like a lock or 2 from one side, from one petal, and then a lock or two from this one, and put it in the middle so that they can kind of just mesh in the middle.
I never knew that, because mine just be looking like Gabby. That was really, really, really informational. Thank you for that.
Now I'm finishing the style. I'm using our Honey Lock Edge Control, which is a new product, but it's definitely a newfound favorite. As you can see, I just did this one right here, and you could tell the difference from the ones that don't have our edge. It just smooths it right on out. And then it also gives a nice hold. Before this product, honestly, I was using Gotta Be Gel, which was making the edges crunchy and gray. But now this provides moisture, hold, and a beautiful shine. So I'm happy to find it.
Everything still feels okay?
Like, look at the difference.
What's your
Look at the
favorite?
difference.
What do you love most about the Honey Lock Edge Control? Because you know there's a lot of stigma on hair on edge control.
I think that the thing I love about really our honey line in general, it has so many properties that help keep the scalp healthy and the hair healthy. It's anti-inflammatory, it's microbacterial. It literally, if you have scalp issues, it's healing your hair while laying your edges down, but it's also keeping it flexible where it's not crunchy and you can style your hair the next day without having a shampoo.
This is a question for the both of you. How long does your client go in between shampoos or styles since you've started using PureO? Does that make a difference?
Unfortunately, too long. No.
Right.
I have to get new clients all the time to keep busy
Literally.
because this product holds so well.
holds so well.
It keeps your scalp, like I said, and it's antifungal, so you're not dealing with itchy, flaky scalp. So they're not shampooing necessarily as often, even though I might encourage them to.
Right.
They don't. It might take them about, I'm gonna say 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks before they come back, especially when I do a style like two-strand twist.
Yeah.
I might not see them for 3 months, unfortunately. I gotta call them, like, where are you? If you don't get back here, you need a shampoo. Like, what's going
Right.
on?
Kayla?
Yeah, so I usually, for starters, I usually recommend anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks that you do get your hair, washed and retwisted in general. However, that 4 week has started to decline just because of how long the hold is. Like I said, I've had clients that come back at their 4 to 5 weeks, and I'm like, your retwist is still there. We might not need to do nothing right now, So honestly, I feel like the hold can definitely hold you at least a month and could be longer.
So that leads me to my next question. What do you charge for these services? And does longevity of the style, right, and the quality of the products you're using play a factor in how you price your services?
Absolutely. So as far as for me, my retwists start at 100, but it goes up each length. So at shoulder length, mid back, and longer. So it goes up on that. But then you have to add on your style. So for me, I have basic styles, and then I have like a freestyle also with 2 strands, and it's all different. So I charge more for 2 strands and styles that are just similar to this, just because it's going to last you longer anyway. Now, if you're just getting some barrels, most people that get barrels, they don't keep them long. So you're probably going to come and get your hair done before, a little quicker than if you had 2 strands or anything else.
What about you, Olivia? Oh, wait. We got some magic juice happening. What are you doing there?
Right now, I'm using the argan oil. Now, honestly, normally I use the veggie mink, but I wasn't prepared. This is her product right now. I do love the argan oil, though, because it definitely keeps it hydrated. It definitely gives a nice shine. I do prefer the veggie mink when I'm dealing with locks or braids, because the veggie mink is not only an oil, but it's also a treatment. So again, people with scalp issues, itchy scalp, flaky scalp, it's treating while hydrating and creating that nice shine. So it has so many different variables to it.
Mic check, mic check.
Lock and braid mousse, and now I'm going to be using our lock and braid mousse, which also has peppermint in it. So when you're doing locks and braids,
Nice
this
and
is also
cooling.
giving your clients that cool sensation. So it's soothing the scalp while also kind of creating a nice soft hold.
Right.
Beautiful job, beautiful job. This is the Olivia J Styles. Beautiful job.
Okay.
Our lovely Kayla is still working. She's doing a beautiful job finishing up those petals.
Right.
Kayla, tell us some things that people probably misunderstand about locks and the importance of them.
So, okay, cool. So with locks, for one, people misunderstand how versatile they are. You can literally probably do almost any style that you can do with your natural hair with locks. Of course, it's going to look different because you have locks, but you can still achieve the same look. Washing them, you're going to have a lot of clients that think they don't have to wash their hair often. Please wash your hair. I cannot stress that enough. Please wash your hair. I typically, if I have somebody that's on my regular schedule, I'll usually just be like, okay, wait until your appointment, cool. But then you have those clients that like to skip some time, 2-3 months. Wash your hair.
Should they be shampooing with a certain type of shampoo?
Yeah, so I love our natural coil shampoos, and I also like our Honey Loc 2-in-1. So with our 2-in-1, it gives you that cleanse and conditioning all at the same time. With our natural coil, of course, you have the natural coil shampoo and you have the natural coil conditioner. It leaves your hair feeling very, very soft. Very, very soft. I love it. It's very conditioning. It give you a whole brand new look. But as far as, and then we also have the detox shampoo too. And I love that because, especially with locks when you're washing them, I usually at least give my clients at least 2 washes. Sometimes it's 3, depending on how dirty their hair may be. But I will also definitely start off with that detox shampoo as like a clarifying, and then follow up with the natural coil for just that moisturizing feel, and follow up with conditioner.
Okay. Do you guys have any more questions for me or Kayla?
We got about 10 more minutes. We got some new people that walked up, so can you just reiterate what you've done, products that you used?
Yes, absolutely. So on my model today, I did 2-strand twists and I finished the ends with what we call lock petals. Some people consider them flowers because they definitely appear to look like flowers. The products that I used today was our Loc and Twist Gel and our Honey Loc. That's what I started with to retwist her with. Both of these products are amazing because of their moisturizing properties that they have in them. When it comes to the honey cream, you have something like Mirror Butter, which helps nourish the scalp, but it also creates a nice shine. And this product is honey-based. This product is aloe-based, so it's hydrating the scalp while you're twisting it. And then I finished. I'm sorry.
The flakiness,
No
the
flakes at
whiteness.
all. That's one thing. I mean, none of our products flake, but when it comes to any of the things in our honey line, it is a antifungal, antibacterial product, so it's healing the scalp. Wow. So if you have a client who has dermatitis, psoriasis, things of that nature, it's also going to help soothe that scalp and keep it calm. So the honey line is the way to go when it comes to things of that. I cocktailed them together because I just love cooking in the kitchen, you know? I finished her style with our honey edge control. So as you can see, it literally slicks that thing down. If you're a gotta be girl, this is your new go-to. It doesn't have alcohol. It doesn't make the hair crunchy or white. It doesn't make your hair greasy at all. Normally, my client would have went underneath the dryer, so it is gonna appear like it's a lot more product on it than it really is because we don't have a dryer on site. But when they go underneath the dryer, it emulsifies. It literally disappears. And then I finished with our argan oil.
Oh my God. How much is the honey stuff?
So our
What's
honey
the
cream
retail price for the product?
here today is $15 or 3 for $40. I want to say online it's 30 or 35. So I would suggest that any product that you want, you would get it here today because we have great deals today. And if you go to the beauty supply store, they putting tax on top of tax, honestly. Our Loc and Twist Gel is also a part of that, so you can mix and match. So if you want to try all of our Loc and Twist Gels, you could get our traditional Loc and Twist Gel, which is aloe based. You could get our honey cream or our regular honey lock. Our honey lock is a stronger hold. So I normally use the honey lock for starter locks. Somebody with a, I don't want to say softer hair, but looser curl pattern. If they have a little bit of a coarser hair pattern, then I'm going to use the honey cream because the honey lock is stronger.
I have like 3 clients that got wicks.
Now for wicks,
I'm sorry.
honestly,
3 of my clients have wicks, and then like the product I use, it really cakes in they wicks a lot.
so then I would use the aloe base product, which is our Loc and Twist Gel. Now when I do wicks, honestly, I only use our Loc and Twist for really the edges, the front, so the perimeter. I normally use our natural coil spray or our vitamin detangling spray, which helps to keep it hydrating. And that's still, even though it's not a gel, it's still going to smooth out the hair because with hydration, it makes your hair more pliable. It's going to do more things and act right, basically. Uh-huh.
To clarify, so I know some people like the apple cider vinegar and everything they do the clarifier. Okay, you give me the face. So no.
So people get the detoxing process 100% wrong. Everyone loves the apple cider and ACV rinse, and I have clients who swear by it. You know, I no longer really give that in my salon. I don't do ACV rinses. I let them know what to do and go do it at home because that ACV rinse is literally stripping your hair of every natural property that your hair provides. We have a follicle system that I feel like will detox the hair, and it still keeps your hair soft. It's not harming the hair or the scalp, and it's also putting back properties to nourish the scalp. Detoxing doesn't mean necessarily always strip everything out of it. Sometimes it's just finding the right product to cleanse your hair. Also, shampooing your hair more often. Like, for example, I have a new stylist in my salon. She shampoos only twice, no matter what client it is. And depending on the client, what they put in their hair when they weren't in my salon, they might need 4 shampoos. So I'm going to shampoo them 4 times if that's what they needed versus 2 times because of time. And I'm trying to get them out of my chair. I also use multiple shampoos. So I'm going to start with the cleansing. Then I'm going to go to hydration. And then I might go with one that's going to go back and seal and protect the hair. So I literally use 3 different shampoos when I'm shampooing. And like I said, at minimum in my salon, you getting 3 shampoos. Even if the first shampoo, you setting up, you getting lather, you like, oh, it's clean. You still getting 3 shampoos. Clients come to me and even say, oh, I shampooed the day before. You still getting shampooed, and it's going to be 3. So I think like that's the biggest thing. People are not shampooing enough or with the right products. So that's the key.
That was really educational, Olivia J. We do appreciate that. Kayla, can you walk us through? I see you're finishing up the style. What are you using on the edges? And where can it be purchased?
So yeah, so I'm just using the Neatbraid again. That's what's so good about this product is it can also be your edge control. It has that great of a hold. So I'm just cleaning up her edges now with this, and then I'm just gonna go over with our mousse just to seal everything in and give her that shine.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Both styles are very beautiful. You guys have used the products very well. I'm sold. I really love them myself.
Bottle. That is gorgeous.
What do you put it on the back of her twist?
This is our lock and braid mousse. So it's gonna give that good shine. Like she said, it has peppermint in it, so it's gonna definitely give you that tingling sensation.
So I noticed that you guys are using it right here on the show floor. You guys are demonstrating that you don't need a dryer. But what are the benefits of sitting them under the dryer with the product?
I'm gonna say it just seals the product.
Just seals it, yeah.
And honestly, I think I finish almost every style with sitting them underneath the dryer. The difference is they don't have to sit underneath the dryer for a long period of time to mold or to do things of that nature. It's normally 5 to 10 minutes and out the door. And it's literally so that, like I said, some of the products, depending on how much you use or if you're cocktailing like I cocktail, it needs a little extra help. So you normally get natural heat from the scalp, but not everyone's scalp is providing that natural heat to melt it right away.
All right.
Well, y'all.
So I'm just finishing up. Like I said, I used the mousse, and I'm finishing up giving her a little oil on her scalp.
We can't hear you, Miss Kayla.
Sorry. Like I said, I just finished up putting a little mousse around her edges, and in the back, I'm just filling in her scalp with a little of our argan oil, just to hydrate her scalp a little bit, give her a little shine, and then I'm going to complete the look with our Lock and Shine. It's great. It's a nice little mist, very lightweight.
Yes.
And it's going to give you that shine that you're looking for. That I use that as my finishing product, just to kind of tie everything together.
Is it working? You need another one?
Yeah, another one.
I probably dropped it, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Blame it on me.
All right. I don't know.
That style is gorgeous.
Sometimes they don't be coming out right. This management, sometimes they don't come out right.
Is that the Loc and Shine?
Yeah. And now I'm gonna give
How about to say, can both of y'all stand up again and give us a
Beautiful job. Beautiful job. You guys, let's give it up for these two beautiful, talented locticians, a part of the PureO Natural family.
extra cute. Period.
Again, can you give us your tags before you get off the stage? Tell us who you are and where we can find you.
My name is Olivia J. Style. You can find me in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. You can also find me in New York or Atlanta. My Instagram page is Olivia J. Style, no S at the end, and you can find me on all platforms. Thank you.
All right, I am Luscious Locks by Kay. You can find me again in Charlotte, North Carolina mainly. I am also in Columbia, South Carolina occasionally. I am Luscious Locks by Kay on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, anything you name it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful
so much for being my
job. Beautiful
stylist.
job. Thank you.